All right, welcome back to S5E3. We're going to go abbreviations this time of the micro vlogcast. Mike and Natalie here again. Last time we talked about frameworks, and we talked about the GRI framework. If you're publicly traded, there's some other types of frameworks or other ways that you typically want to report to you mentioned the SEC and things like that. Can you explain a couple of those and tell us like why publicly traded companies are doing it that way?
Yeah, so some of the other big ones include SASB and TCFD.
Okay.
SASB is the Sustainability Accounting Standards Board, and TCFD is the Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosures.
Wow, I am impressed. I knew the letters. I knew the alphabet soup. I didn't know the actual words behind it. That's impressive.
Yeah, and so usually public companies will use those standards to report specifically on financial materiality.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a sustainability, but also a financial sustainability focus. Is that kind of what you're getting at for that?
Yeah, and then those can also be standalone documents, or they can be included as an appendix in a sustainability report.
Got it. And SASB and TCFD has not yet been mandated by the SEC. Is that correct? But it sounds like it may, or there's discussions of it happening?
Yeah, I actually think, so GRI, SASB, and CDP is another one.
Oh yeah, alphabet soup.
Announced an effort last year
Okay.
to work together to create a harmonized framework. So I think that's in the works. That would be great because companies are under a lot of pressure to report on all of these frameworks right now. So it would be great if there was one framework that companies could stick to.
Sure, and we see this quite a bit with sustainability being such a new industry where you had multiple things spring up as grassroots movements, say 10 or 20 years ago when no one was doing it. And now there's a few that have risen to the top, but I think you're right. I believe in the next 5 to 10 years we might have like a unified standard, which would be fantastic, and it's good to hear that they're working towards that.
Yeah, fun fact I just thought of. GRI, how long do you think GRI has been around for?
I would guess like 20 years.
1997. So yeah, companies have been using the GRI to report on their ESG impacts for almost 25 years now.
Yeah, like Patagonia would probably be one of those companies that like did it way back in the day.
That'd be interesting to see
like
what the first company was.
That published a sustainability report. If you know, you better put it in the comments here so we can all learn. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go figure it out and tell everybody, because I never thought about that. They're like, somebody had to figure this out, and companies had to say, no, we want to be publishing this.
Yeah, and I think SASB was founded in 2015, and then TCFD might be 2017.
Wow, so those are quite recent, but again, makes sense for publicly traded companies. Well, there you go. If you wanted to learn some alphabet soup, we covered a lot of it here in this episode. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. So TCFD, what is it? Task Force for Climate Disclosure?
Task Force for Climate-Related Financial Disclosure.